Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Data Set. Prior sale/transfer. Shows the section that says, my research did or did not reveal any prior sales or transfers of the subject property for the 3 years prior to the effective date of this appraisal. And then underneath that it says data sources. Then it says, my research did or did not reveal any prior sales or transfers of the comparable sales for the year prior to the date of sale of the comparable sale. Underneath that, data sources. Underneath that, it says, report the results of the research and analysis of the prior sale or transfer history of the subject property and comparable sales. Report additional prior sales. Underneath that, it says item, and then subject, then comp 1, and then comp 2. Underneath that, it says date of prior sale/transfer, and then there's a bunch of boxes down the line. Underneath that, it says price of prior sale/transfer, and then there's a bunch of boxes down the line. Underneath that, it says data sources, and there's a bunch of empty boxes down the line. Underneath that, it says effective date of data sources, and then there's a bunch of boxes down the line. Now there's a big red circle surrounding this, and it says analysis of prior sale or transfer history of the subject property and comparable sales. This is another example of a string sequence. If the appraiser checks the did box indicating that there were prior sales of the subject property within 3 years of the effective date of, or prior sales of the comparables within 1 year of the indicated date of sale, the appraiser must then enter the date and prior sale price of that particular property. If there were no prior transfers of the subject within 3 years or the comparables within 1 year, then the date of prior sales/transfer and price of prior sales/transfer fields are to be left blank. If more than one prior transfer of the subject or comparable has occurred within the required time frame, this additional sale information must be listed and reported in the analysis of prior sale or transfer history of the subject property and comparable sales field circled above. The appraiser must enter the data source and effective date of the data source associated with the prior transfer of each property. If the source is MLS, the appraiser must enter the abbreviated MLS name, followed by the # and the specific MLS listing number. These requirements apply to all UAD form types. End of page. Residential report writing and case studies. Chapter 5, the Uniform Appraisal Data Set. Reconciliation section. It shows a box. It says the appraisal is made as is or subject to completion per plans and specifications on the basis of a hypothetical condition that the improvements have been completed. There's another box that says subject to the following repairs or alterations on the basis of a hypothetical condition that the repairs or alterations have been completed, or, and there's another box, subject to the following required inspection based on the extraordinary assumption that the condition or deficiency does not require alteration or repair. There's 2 empty blank lines underneath that. And then it says, based on a complete visual inspection of the interior and exterior areas of the subject property, defined scope of work, statement of assumptions and limiting conditions, and appraiser's certification, our opinion of the market value as defined of the real property that is the subject of this report is, and it shows a $, as of blank, which is the date of inspection and the effective date of the appraisal. The appraiser must check either the as is box or alternatively at least one of the subject to boxes. The appraiser's market value opinion must be entered numerically in whole dollars only. The effective date of the appraisal must be entered in month, day, year format. These requirements apply to all UAD form types. End of page.